Welcome to your weekly airplane news update. This is the week of August 30th, 2021. And this week we actually have 5 topics, lots going on in the news. The first thing is an update on this young lady that is flying solo all over the world. And we talked about her 2 weeks ago, and she's actually covered quite a bit of grounds ever since. So we'll say where she is and kind of what country she's visited so far. The next thing is kind of a serious issue. The San Antonio Flight Standard District Office, the FSDO, is under investigation. So we'll talk about what is going on here and the claims that are coming out of San Antonio. Next thing is Collins Aerospace is going to acquire FlightAware. We'll talk about what's going on here. A Georgia man is being sentenced to prison for laser strike. And, well, he did it more than one time and was caught, and now he's going to pay for it. And the last thing is a Pilot Institute update. So let's get to it. First thing this week, let's talk about the young lady who's flying from Belgium all the way across the world, and we mentioned her 2 weeks ago. Her website is FlyZolo.com, solo with a Z, and she's currently in the Caribbean. She's visited Belgium, which she took off from, went to the UK, went to Iceland, Greenland, Canada, the US, went to the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, British Virgin Island, and then now she is in the Caribbean, visiting a couple more countries before I think she heads back to the US. So she's got 2 months to go on her trip. We wish her good luck. We'll keep reporting on her. I think this is super exciting. I'm sure she's getting a ton of really good experience, so we'll let you know more. Next story this week is kind of a serious one. The San Antonio FSDO is being investigated by the FAA after some complaints that were filed against the Flight Standard District Office. Now, the investigation comes after some concerns about how they treat pilots and flight training organizations in that area. Now, if you're not familiar with the FSDO is a Flight Standard District Office. The FAA has a few of them across the country. I don't remember the number from the top of my head, but it's about a dozen. And each of them is responsible for a specific region. When I lived in Florida, Orlando was the FSDO. Now that I live in Arizona, Scottsdale is our FSDO. So that's, I always tell people, the FSDO is where the FAA people live, okay? And that's where the FAA inspectors live. And now this inspector, his name is Christian Morales, he's the FSDO safety manager. He went around accusing businesses of FAR violation, Federal Aviation Regulation violation, and threatened to shut them down because they violated supposedly federal regulation. Until he realized that he actually was in the wrong business. So imagine you own a flight school, this guy shows up and he basically says, well, you've been violating all these regulations, I'm going to shut you down and probably get you arrested. And turns out, well, it was the wrong place. So that was one of them. The FSDO started to question also the firing of a DPE, Designated Pilot Examiner. A DPE, we're getting a lesson here on how the FAA is structured. The DPE is a person that conducts check rides for the FAA. So if you decide to get a private pilot license, then the designated pilot examiner is going to give you your check ride and then give you your certificate at the very end. And there was apparently a DPE that was attending a FAAST team Zoom call. And during the FAAST team Zoom call, he appears to be drinking wine, which is not against the rule, right? You can have Zoom calls and drink wine. And other people were discussing something that apparently was not safe, water skiing with a plane. And apparently he did not join in the discussion. And the FSDO basically said that just his presence in the meeting and the fact that he remained silent about people wanting to water ski behind a plane constituted a unsafe counseling, which seems like a bit of an overreach, right, if you think about it. So he was fired, and then 2 more FAAST team members were also fired from their job after they basically fought for him to get his job back. So looks like a little bit of abuse of power. Everybody came back, went to the FAA higher up, went to members of Congress, and then now there is an investigation. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. Politics, I guess you can call it. It sucks. I mean, obviously it sucks when anybody abuses power, but at this stage, if they threaten to close businesses, definitely not something you want to be on the receiving end. Okay, next thing this week, Collins Aerospace and FlightAware. Looks like Collins Aerospace is signing an agreement to acquire FlightAware. We talked about FlightAware a couple weeks ago. They're coming up with a new feature. Now, their main thing is to track and predict where airplanes are going to be going. They have decision-making tools. They have a whole suite of different things that they do. There's no details at the point or closing date on the agreement in itself, but FlightAware just came up with new features not too long ago, a software called Aviator, which is an app on your phone. So just an interesting partnership here, or purchase, I should say. Next thing, this week, Georgia man is sentenced. I like it when we start something with not Florida man. This is Georgia man. Close, but not it. So Georgia man was sentenced to 18 months in prison, 3 years of supervised release after pointing a laser at an aircraft 3 different times. Pleaded guilty on May 3rd of 2021. The FAA said that he needlessly threatened the safety of the passengers and crew of a commercial aircraft, and I would have to agree with this. So now he's going to spend some time in jail thinking about what he did. And I never understood this. I'm not gonna lie, this has been going on for years. People pointing lasers at airplanes and helicopters. I don't get it. I don't understand what you get out of it by doing this, but just, you know, stupid is as stupid does, right? Like Forrest Gump said. All right. Pilot Institute update. IACET accredited. What does this mean? Pilot Institute is now accredited by the International Accreditors for Continuing Education and Training. This is a big deal because now we can provide continuing education credits for our Part 107 course, which is our remote pilot, commercial drone pilot course, and our private pilot course as well. So if you're one of our students and you want to use this for credits towards your continuing education, there's a chance that we can help you. So reach out to us, let us know how we can do this and how we can help you. But this accreditation comes from a lot of work that we did over the last, well, a lot of months to get this through the process, and we're really excited about it. Something else we're very excited about is we are now an FAA industry member with the FAA FAAST team process. Now, if you're not familiar with FAAST team is, we just mentioned them in the previous story, is a group of people, volunteers that help the FAA spread safety awareness, okay? As an FAA industry member, Pilot Institute now, as a company, has the ability to also help the FAA spread a safety culture. So this is what we're going to be doing with the FAA over the next couple of months. We're going to be providing content for them. We're going to be helping spread the word. This is what we do. This is the whole reason we are in existence, is to train pilots to be safe. So this relationship with the FAA only made sense. And so we are now one of the few industry members in the entire country, quite frankly, that can do this, and one of the very, very, very few that can do it for drones. So I'm really excited about this, looking forward to putting out more content for you guys, and you'll see more of this and you'll hear more of this in the near future. So, all right, this is all I have. Like, subscribe, comment, do everything that you do, and then we'll see you guys next week.